Now, if you're already familiar with Drupal, you can probably skip this video, but I really want to go over the basics of how Drupal works for those who have never used it, never seen it before. Drupal is a content management system similar to WordPress in that it comes out of the box with a user system and a way to create and manage content, comments, and all that good stuff. So here you can see the Drupal site that we just created. I'm going to go ahead and log out just so you can see what it comes with out the box. So my website, when you go to the link, takes you directly to this page. We haven't created anything yet, but there is a login. I'm going to go ahead and use my admin login that we created earlier. And this, you'll see, will take me back in, and I get this special admin bar at the top of the screen. Other users will not see this. So for example, I will go ahead and log out, and we can create a new account if we want. We're not going to go through all that, but this system is already built into Drupal out of the box. So it saves you a lot of time from having to code a manual system like this. So the next thing you can do with Drupal out the box is there's an add content shortcut. And when you click this, this will allow you to create very basic pages. In this case, they'll essentially just be titles. This is a demo page. You have your body, which you can put in HTML. If you do full HTML, you can even put in like PHP and other kind of code if you know any of that. Now you can provide a menu link, which will put a link to this page on your website's main menu. Vision information. This is for if you want to keep a log of what you changed for maybe other people that are also working on the site. You can create revision logs that only those users can see. You can change the URL address of this page. You can decide if you want this page to have comments or not, who this page was created by, if you want to change any of that information, if you want this page to display on the front page, which we'll do, and hit save. Now that creates the content, and you can see now when you go to our front page, here's our page. You can click the link and it takes you to that page that we created. So I'm going to actually go in here and delete this as we don't need it. That's the basics on how Drupal works for creating content. Now it's pretty powerful because, as you saw, we only created a basic page. But what if you want to create pages that are more advanced? You can click Create Content Types. Here you can see the two pages that we made. We can actually create our own content types, or we can manage the fields of the ones that exist. And here we can add more fields to that. So what if we wanted to attach an image, for example? Then you can choose an image field, enter the name of it, so on and so forth. And here are some ones that Drupal comes with out the box, but we will be expanding on these definitely. You could change the way these fields are displayed on the actual page. So that's very useful. Another really powerful thing in Drupal is blocks. Now, as you see on our front page, even though the content that we created normally showed up in the middle, you still have this section over here for a search and a section over here for adding content. These are what are called blocks. And blocks you can structure depending on your website's theme that you're using. And you can rearrange these blocks. Like if this theme was set up to have a region on the right side, I can move this block to the right, or I can create my own blocks that have my own custom content and kind of choose where on the page I want them to fall. Next, there are menus. This is where you can go to create your navigational menus, like these links here at the top, or this menu right here on the left that currently only has the one link. The next admin is the Appearance tab. These are the themes that come pre-installed with Drupal, and two that are disabled by default. This 7 theme is your admin theme, so this is what we see on our end, and this bar tick is the default Drupal theme. You can come in here and change the settings. This allows you to change all the colors. It allows you to change the logo. If you want to upload your own, you can do that. The little shortcut icon that's up here. The People tab shows you all of your users. If you had people that had created an account, it'll show you everything. It'll show you every user that's in your website, when the last time they logged in was, what role they have. So you can see I'm an administrator. If you want to create more roles down in the line, you can click on the Permissions tab. These will show you all the permissions that are available on your website for anonymous users, logged in users yourself, or you can click on roles and actually create your own roles. So this is useful if you're running say an e-commerce site and you want one user to only be able to access the customer's information, and you want another user to only be able to access the customer's orders or inventory or something like that. That allows you to create different roles that only have access to certain things on your website, which is very powerful. We'll skip over modules for now. We'll go to the configuration. When you have time, I recommend scrolling through these and clicking on each one just to see what they do. There's a lot of things you can change on your website as far as how the login works, what the name of your site is called, where the emails go, etc. Let's see, it says I have a status report. We'll check that. So status reports essentially just keep track of your website and will let you know what you need to do. In this case, it looks like I don't have a temporary directory set up, probably because I installed Drupal in a funky folder. And last, we will look at modules. Now these are you could essentially consider modules as plugins. These are all the modules that come with Drupal by default. You can see some are disabled and it gives a brief description of what they do and what they are. You can read through these and see what the various ones do. If you want to have a blog, for example, you can tick that and then hit the save button down here. But in the next video, we will be covering which modules you will need to create your e-commerce website.